Very good afternoon. Welcome. Today is another Thursday, a beautiful Thursday. This is Kibera News Network. We're coming to you live on YouTube from Uweza Foundation. This is your #1 Kibera News channel. The program is Sisi Mtani. This is the only place where we tell our own stories in our own perspective. Stories by us, with us, and for us. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have none other than John Musila in the house. Karibu sana, bro.
It's an
We were supposed to have a debate with other aspirants from Lindi, including Ochieng Jera, Mackenzie, and Yakub. Unfortunately, Ochieng Jera is away in another meeting. Mackenzie is at work. Yakub is out of the country. So we are only left with John Musila. This is the only one man standing for this show today. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you very much.
And welcome.
Asante.
Thank you so much for making it here today. The other aspirants have not shown up for their different reasons, but we have you. This is a big thing. Congratulations. It means a lot to us also. Now, Sisi Mtani, we share our own stories in our own perspective. We want to start a little bit by you sharing your story, and then we can jump into politics, of course, the politics of Lindi. So, was John Musila born and raised in Lindi?
Thank you very much, Josh. First, for inviting me to be a guest in this show. I know you've invited me before. Last week, Friday, people expected to listen to me. Unfortunately, because of circumstances, I wouldn't make it. But nonetheless, we are grateful that today has come and I'm here, ready to share my story and, of course, to speak politics and particularly leadership.
Yeah.
But first, before that, today I was wired for a debate. I expected to have my competitors here so that the people of Lindi have an opportunity to listen to the different voices, the different leadership perspectives, what attributes each person brings to the rest, so that when they are going to decide, they will not decide on the biases of the people they've heard most or seen most in the community, but then again by the virtue of the matter, they would have listened to all of us in the same sitting, sharing our visions for the community.
Yeah.
But then again, now that they couldn't make it, it doesn't mean the show should stop.
True.
The show goes on, and I am delighted that I am here. So I'm going to share my own story.
Yes.
And then I will speak about the leadership of Lindi.
True.
And if time allows, then I can also just give a small snippet into the national politics, because it is a matter of interest for me, again.
It connects.
And for the community.
Yeah.
So back to me, I was born 28 years ago.
Okay.
28 years ago, I was born in Lindi.
Okay.
Kisumu Ndogo B, and that is where Kisumu Ndogo Primary School is.
Oh, yeah.
That is next to Kwawanga Hospital, the very famous one from old then. I went to Mashimoni Squatters Primary School, but first, before I went to Mashimoni, I went to Faith Junior, which was a school along the railway line next to Ruma Primary.
Okay.
That was in my class 1, 2, and 3. Before then, I transferred to Mashimoni Squatters towards the end of class 3.
Okay.
And I finished my class 8 at Mashimoni Squatters in the year 2007.
Oh.
After which, then, you remember, that is the year that we had post-election violence.
Yeah.
And so because of the scare, my family, of course, went home during that phase of the violence. And it is for that reasons, again, that then I was admitted to a secondary school up countries.
Okay.
But my parents
you
came
didn't
back.
finish at Mashimoni?
No, I finished class 8.
Okay.
Because, elections were in December then.
Oh, yeah.
It is only until 2013 when elections came to August. So I finished my class 8 at Mashimoni Squatters.
Okay.
In 2008, January, when there was violence, we went home.
Okay.
And then when you come back, I was to go back to school in February. So I found a school up countries.
Okay.
So I went there from 1 to Form 3 before I came back to Nairobi to a school called Utikas Academy in Nando.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is where I finished my Form 4. That was 2012. After that, then again, I came back to the slums, because again, with the ability my parents had, they couldn't take me to college or university straight away. Or actually, they wouldn't take us there.
Yeah.
Because they have financial ability, and still we had our last born who was in high school. It couldn't cater for both of us. And the fact that, again, my older brother, who's just a year ahead of me, was also supposed to go to college, but again, they couldn't. So that burden left us all to find our own ways.
Okay.
Lucky, because of my involvement in community things, I volunteered with a group called Edmund Rice Karibu Group. I was equally a performing artist at Wasanii Sanaa, a thing that I love to do even now.
Okay.
I got to meet with a lot of people from both locally and internationally. And so I met a friend who volunteered to take my university fees.
Oh.
So I was lucky to partake electrical engineering from 2014 to 2019 at the Technical University of Kenya, where I am a graduate.
Okay.
Good honors, for that matter. Good honors. Yeah, no, not just a pass.
Yeah. Good honors.
Yeah, good honors, very good grades. And then now I've come back to my community, and here we are. Found myself in a situation where I have to also rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And the fact that this community has given birth to me, bred me, educated me, it is also my responsibility now to come back and offer these to them.
Yeah.
So if they give me the opportunity to lead, then I also want a majority of our children first to be inspired by the fact that you can be born and raised in the slums and still become something.
And become somebody.
Exactly.
So which year did you graduate?
I graduated last year because I finished my coursework in 2019 December. I had to do industrial attachment in 2020, and then that is the year that COVID happened.
Yeah.
So because of the COVID issues, all schools and universities were closed. We didn't graduate in 2020.
Yeah.
But then the graduation was scheduled for 2021 July, where I graduated.
Okay.
So as we speak today, if I was running for governor, fortunately, I wouldn't have issues with a degree.
With your certificates and stuff.
Exactly.
Wow. And so when you went to Ushago, where is your Ushago, by the way?
I am from Makueni County,
Makueni.
particularly a place in Mbooni West.
Wow.
Precisely Kikima Market. Kikima Town is my hometown, but Ndungoni is my village market.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I mapped in Kikima.
Yeah, that is my hometown.
Ah.
Yeah.
We did some mapping there with the county.
Yeah.
2 wards in Wote and Mboni, specifically Kikima Apple.
Beautiful.
A nice place. I ate some fish there, you know.
I think you can tell a story that Kikima and Mboni particularly is not Ukambani.
Okay.
You must have felt cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very cold.
Exactly.
Anyway, so did you always have this dream that one day you want to become?
Maybe first, before we go into the dream, maybe I say a few more details.
Yes, please.
Last year, just a week after my graduation, because I graduated on the 31st of July, and on the 12th of August, my house caught fire.
Oh, here in Kibra, Lindi.
In Lindi, where I've lived all through.
Yeah.
So my house caught fire, and I lost all my belongings.
Oh.
Everything, I mean, including my academic papers. The degree was still at uni, so I didn't lose my degree.
Okay.
But I lost my Form 4 certificates, my Class 8, or my baptism cards, all my documents, all my stuff. So I had to start from scratch. And besides those challenges, I still had the vision, because I had already told people that I'm running to be the next MCA in the world.
Okay.
So I'm still pursuing that dream.
You started telling them when you were still at the university?
I will explain just now.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, it started there. So I know there's that challenge of I have lost everything. I am not employed, just a fresh graduate. I have to now find a new life.
Yeah.
And still I have to battle politics and politically. I think you're seeing how I'm growing that story.
Yeah.
To just show the challenges that, again, as a young person, I am undergoing. As a young person in office, running for office, sorry. So, the dream.
Yeah.
I started to tell people, and I think this is in 2012, while I was in Form 4, that I was going to run for MCA one day.
Okay.
Yes, I started to tell people that long ago. That I was going to run to be a leader, a local leader in Lindi long ago. And why? Because I did not like the nature of leaders that we had representing us, because most of the problems we have in Lindi would just need innovation. They just need goodwill and an intent to solve them, and they are done. But because we lack people who can represent the people and represent them proper, because I appreciate the fact that as an MCA, I am voted first to be a representative.
Yeah.
So I'm representing these people. And what is representation? Representation means then that if there is a table that has an opportunity to solve any problem, I'm supposed to table my grievances for my community so that our issues can be solved. But because the people that have been voted before me lacked all these attributes of taking initiative and having the goodwill to take action and do things, we're still in a situation where we talk about the same ancient things. We do not have clean water supply. We do not have a health facility. We do not have a school, a public school in Lindi ward. And it is so unfortunate. So in 2012, I started to tell people I was going to run for MCA at some point. So why didn't I run in 2013? In 2013, I was still very fresh from high school. So I was young enough, and again, I didn't have the what do I call it?
The muscle.
The muscle, yes. I didn't have the muscle to go into it. In 2017, I was in my third year. And so I prioritized my education over my venture into politics. But then now in 2022,
you feel ready?
I'm ready, everything. I have done a lot of leadership roles with a couple of organizations here and there. At Wasanisana, I've been the leader all through, empowering even young other artists to grow. I've represented my community in different areas. And I have done a number of initiatives on civic education, even at Lindi. And so it is my time now to also present myself to offer leadership from front row. So that is why I'm running now.
Wow. You are very eloquent and very fluent in your talking, and your English is very sharp. What or who would you attribute that to?
I think it becomes very difficult for me to attribute some of my abilities to people. Because I just want to believe that the reasons why our parents educate us is for the obvious reasons to see us grow and become better. So I listen to a lot of people. I listen to PLO Lumumba. I've loved Martin Luther King Jr. all through my life. Of course, I've loved Malcolm X. But if you listen to the speeches, particularly of Malcolm X and that of PLO Lumumba, you would appreciate true leadership. And that is where I borrow a leaf. I've always been a transparency and accountability champion for a very long while. And that is a role that PLO played very diligently when at ESCC. I remember interacting with him once in one of his shows at KBC. And I draw a lot of inspirations from them. But then most importantly, I do a lot of reading, not necessarily books, but even articles to just improve my language. And then again, I don't fear to express myself, because it is out of practice and continuous practice that then you become better. And that is why I'm here. So I just want to appreciate my parents, of course. Amidst the struggle, they managed to take me through primary and high school. That is basic education. Without that, then maybe I wouldn't be this.
People sometimes say that politics is very complicated, and a lot of people shy away from it. You are here to meet it, to face it head on. What were the reactions from your parents and people close to you? Did they give you the go-aheads?
One of the things is, the first support that I have received is within my family. Everyone in the family, from my father, and my father is polygamous, just to mention. From my father, my siblings from our mother, and the siblings from the other mother, are all supportive. They're like, look here, go for it.
Your father has 2 wives or 3 or
2 wives.
2
wives, yes. So all of them have given me their blessings.
Go for it.
Go for it. My father believes in my abilities. My mother believes. Actually, I can guarantee you today, and thank you for hosting me here. My mother has sold me more than I have sold myself in that community, asking for leadership, because she believes in me. She has seen me grow and do leadership. So she believes that much in me.
She's still here in Lindi?
Yeah.
And your father also?
My father got tired about city life, so he went up countries. But any soon is coming. Because of this journey.
So your mother has sold you more than you've sold?
I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee.
She really believes in you.
That much. And then I am the last born boy for my family. So I have 2 other brothers and 2 sisters. Our last born girl is there. they've all given me the blessings.
You're from the younger wife or the...
Our first wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of them believe in me. The community around me have seen some of the things that I do, and they believe in me. I just mentioned a story about the fire. I don't like to keep using this story, but anyway, it is also important because at some point it will show the value in me of leadership, the selflessness. Yeah. Because I remember when we lost our belonging to that fire, I was hosted by a friend for 50 good days.
50 good days?
Yes, and within the 50 days, because of the small networks that I had, I reached out and I provided blankets to all the 23 households that lost their belongings to the fire.
During the same time?
Yes. Before even thinking about myself and how I'm going to resettle myself. Exactly. So I ensured we got 23 blankets for all the families. I was lucky to receive 10 mattresses, and thanks to Bacteria Empire, I called him and he was very open to come and support.
Same Bacteria?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, that is the value of friendships. So he came and provided 10 mattresses to the most needy. Okay. I got support on foodstuffs from my friends. I provided those families with 2 rounds of foodstuffs, food supply. I equally remember doing one more thing. There's an organization that is doing quite well with entrepreneurship trainings and giving capital for people to start businesses. Yeah. So those people that were affected by that particular fire, I connected them to that opportunity so that even as they struggle to rise, then they also have a starting point. They have entrepreneurship skills now, and some of them were lucky to be given capital to start their businesses. So this is selflessness that I bring into leadership. Yeah. I understand the value of taking initiative, the value of considering others, because even as we live in the slums, we are all not equally poor in the same standards. There is others who are poorer than the others, and others doing well off and just chosen to live in the slums. So this is me. Now let us come back to the dream, because you asked me about the dream. Yes. And like I've already said, it is something that has grown in me. I always wanted to be a leader. You wanted to be a leader? Yes. Politician. I will insist on leadership, and then I will say, just because leadership of influence in Kenya is gotten through a political process, then I've chosen to go into politics. However, I have still been a leader. The stories I've just told now about me supporting one initiative there and another there, it's just a show of leadership. Otherwise, if it were not leadership, I wouldn't have done that. So it is for that particular reason that I have chosen to go the political way, the one that people fear most, thinking that it is very murky, very dirty. I believe otherwise. I believe if you present yourself to people, articulate yourself, your vision for that community properly, people are going to believe in you. And that is what the people of Lindi have done up to this moment. So this dream started when you were how old? I remember you mentioned that you started telling people when you were in Form 4. Yes. You wanted to become an MCA. Yeah. But the dream to become the leader, the politician, started when? Of course, at that particular time, I already have the understanding that for you to become an MCA, you must go through a political journey. Yes. So that is the same time. Okay. So leadership has been in me all through. I remember from primary all the way through secondary, I was the leader. You are prefect, you are head boy. Yeah, I've never been a head boy. But I've been a prefect in primary, being a prefect in secondary. I think when I was in Form 1, I was already the language prefect in school. I became the DOMS prefect at some point. Before I left that school to another school then. And then now in the other school, it is only 1 year. It was unnecessary for me to get leadership. In uni, because of the obvious challenges, I have somebody who's paying my fees, but I have to make things work for my life. I'm paying my own rent. I am paying my own transport to school. I have to dress myself. I have academic needs here and there that need a lot of finances. I didn't want the pressure of leadership at that particular time in uni. But I remember I was a delegate when the first delegates election was done in uni. So I've participated in also making good leaders for our university unions. That's still leadership. Exactly. There is always this unfair question that comes up. I call it unfair sometimes because when someone presents himself as a fresh blood, that they want a political position, the question that comes is, what have you done? But maybe you are coming to do something. For your case, you have done something.
you have counted several other things that you've done before you get into that position. Do you think that question is always fair or unfair?
I want to agree with you that it is very unfair to judge a young child for not being able to buy their own meals, and they're always crying to their parents to provide. You know, and that is the same thing. I mentioned just now that I'm 28 years old. I graduated last year, and I've never been employed, and I've never stolen anyone's property or money. So if you ask me against somebody who's 40 or just retired from their service, what I have done, it will be an unfair competition. That is judging a fish by its inability to fly. Yeah.
Fish by its inability to fly.
Yeah. They don't go together.
True.
However, it is a time that we understand one thing. The thing we are going through now, these 2 months first before an election, is always an interview phase. And what is happening in the interview phase? Everyone is working their ways round to get to win the hearts of the interviewer. There are those that will bring a very rich CV. And by a rich CV, I mean an understanding of the nature of job they are applying for. I am applying to be a representative of the people of Lindi, a legislator for Nairobi County, and an overseer for the executive wing of Nairobi County. I'm not applying to have only one title, MCA Lindi Ward. If I spend, for example, 15 million in these interviews and lose in these elections, chances are, if I didn't have a vision, I will not have it for the next 5 years. And the people of Lindi will miss out in important development from the county government development cake. So we want a person who has the intent to go there with a proper plan and the ability to represent themselves and the interest of the people of Lindi, so that they can bring that cake, a portion of it, into Lindi. So when we are talking about water scarcity, we are talking about Nairobi Water and Sewage Company, a company owned by Nairobi County, and an MCA who is employed by Nairobi County, working together with the community to supply water through the proper channel. When we're talking about the lack of care facilities, government is to run healthcare in this county. I think we build one. Even as we wait for it to be built there, we went to other institutions of the It is because of the fact that Lindi is branded as a crime area, and so they don't feel safe. So who's going to correct that narrative? You need a leader who can approach them in a stakeholder meeting and guarantee them of their safety when they come. Losing out.
Lindi has a lot of problems, Lindi doesn't have a hospital, Lindi doesn't have, is it a school, secondary school or something?
Either primary and secondary.
Yeah, a lot of things. Lindi doesn't have a police post or do they have a chief camp?
Our chief sits at DC.
Yeah.
That is our sub-chief.
So what would you say is the #1 problem of Lindi as at now? The one you right away start with. I know there are many.
So I mean the first problem, and that is why I'm offering myself to the people of Lindi, is lack of leadership.
Lack of leadership.
Because I've coined
the main problem.
Yes, I have coined this statement over and over, and I will keep saying it. Good leadership is a recipe to good governance. The latter is equally true, not the latter. The vice versa is equally true. But bad leadership is a recipe to bad governance. So if we do not have proper and good leadership, we are not going to realize any change. There will be initiative, there will be no proactiveness in addressing our problems. I am saying in my manifesto that I am going to guarantee the people of Lindi an accountable system of leadership. How are we going to realize this? One, we are going to have a functional MCA's office. Because remember, I have said, even as a representative, my other duties is to legislate. And to legislate means I'm going to sit in the Nairobi County Assembly. So I am not in the ward every single time. But then does it mean the services of that office that I represent are not supposed to be there? They are supposed to be there. So let us have a functional office that will be open 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Yes, because we need to employ somebody there. That is our first employment opportunity that we'll bring to a person of Lindi. Number two, so that it does not look like we are working and moving in silos, I am going to establish a ward committee of 20 people so that we keep regular interactions, we sit, we do consultations, and we see what areas to prioritize over which ones, and seek opportunities with these people. So that is all inclusive. And in case I'm veering off the line, they will keep reminding me that this is where we were going. Come back. You know, but when you want to work alone in seclusion, it means if you disappear, you disappear. I want to have my governance as all inclusive to also promote accountability. Number two, I am talking about water, sanitation, and hygiene. And I've already alluded to this and said, this company, Nairobi Water and Sewage Company, is a county company. So that is to mean it ought to provide services to the people of Lindi. How are they going to do that if we do not have a conversation? Let us know that we have water scarcity in Nairobi. We can supply water to Lindi, but it has to be rationed. So we know these particular days we have water, and these are the specific days we don't have water. And it is structural. It is not just the kawaii thing that is now we don't have water forever. So that promotes business and also promotes water supply. Now with good hygiene and sanitation, we are going to realize a healthy society. So most of our people will not be falling sick because of small things. So again, the need for seeking health care will not be as much. But then, even as we now prevent, what happens in the events that we are still falling sick? Let us go and lobby to have a first of its kind healthcare facility in Lindi, because that is the work I am going to do. Number three, I am talking about economic empowerment. And economic empowerment, I have it in two ways: youth and women. Let me start by the youth. One, there is youth who are in talent, and I mean footballers, very well talented. They play locally and they are celebrated. If you go on Sunday and watch Interbase at Olympic Primary, you see very nice players from the ghetto. But where does their talent go to? It just ends here. Because the nature of our tournament is such that you can only win jerseys for your team and certificates for yourself. They do not attract any pay to individual players. So players get frustrated. Some of them that I played with went into crime, and some of them were gunned down. Others lost their lives to mob injustice. So I am saying I am going to have a quarterly talent and arts exhibition. So we bring scouts from our local clubs, we bring scouts from academies. So if you're playing well in Lindi, don't play in Lindi forever. Go play out there, make your talent your job, earn money, build a life. If you're good in drawings, let me bring customers, buy your craft, and grow your talent. I am going to have an innovation hub in Lindi Ward. And I'm saying these things boldly because I know they are possible.
Innovation hub.
Yes, an innovation hub. This is a technological era. We are live now because of technology. So if we have our people in Lindi learn software development skills and graphics design skills, they are able to create employment for themselves, or even be absorbed in existing opportunities and only need those skills. And this is possible. We are going to seek partnerships, both from within the government and outside the government, in NGOs and in private sector, and have one of a kind innovation hub and employability center in Lindi Ward. And we are going to ensure this is alive. Because why? We have the intent, we have vision here, and we have these things at art. We are not just saying it for a narrative. This is not poetry. This is our promise to the people of Lindi.
This is not poetry.
This is not poetry.
How many manifestos do you have?
I have like 5 key ones, but now
5 key ones.
Those are first two. Let me continue. I have mentioned accountable leadership. I've mentioned water, sanitation, and hygiene. I've mentioned economic empowerment, and this is for youth. And I'm going now to the women. You know, women are the pillars of each communities. At times, they struggle with very small-scale businesses to just build a family, give a life to their families. So I am saying, if you look at all these women, 70% of them are in chamas. But these chamas are characterized by the same nature. Save money towards the end of the year, share the spoils, go to Christmas with a lot of money. Come back to January, way broke, start saving again. So I am saying, I am going to ensure that within the first 2 years of my reign as MCL in the ward, we have all these chamas organized proper and registered, so that they can now be able to access Uwezo Fund, access Women Enterprise Fund, and then even connect them to opportunities to work with the government. You know the 30% procurement law on youth and women on all public tenders. So if we went to Olympic Primary and Secondary, for example, we went to Moi Girls, which is in Kibra, we went to Upper Hill and say we have this group here, it is from Kibra, and it supplies books, and this one supplies foodstuffs, and they get one tender. You know, they have grown more financial ability over just saving to wait and share spoils in December. So we grow their financial muscle. What does that do then? It creates stable families, because again, and in return, reduces domestic violence. Because we will not be fighting over lack of sugar, because women are financially empowered, men are equally financially empowered, and they are supporting each other in a family. So we are uniting families and creating better families. And this is a promise to the people of Lindi. And we mean it. And I will keep repeating. Another thing, maybe last 2. So that is particularly on women. So to promote small-scale businesses, organize yourself, get registered, access these funds. They are all, what is this name? I will get it maybe and say it, and then grow these chamas and businesses. Another thing, disaster management.
Disaster management.
You know, I said my role is to do what? Is to legislate and to oversee, even as I represent. I am saying, let me go there. Let me be the first person to table a motion in that house saying that we no longer want emergency disaster unit centralized for Nairobi County. We want it decentralized, such that in every of the 17 constituencies in Nairobi, we have an emergency response unit. So we have a fire buzzer and an ambulance in Kibra. We have another one in Dagoretti North, another one in Dagoretti South, Westlands, and all the other 17 sub-counties. So if there is a fire or somebody needs ambulance services from Kibra, the ambulance responds first. If there is a fire, the fire buzzer responds first. The others come as backup. So we reduce the effect of the fire on the property and the lives of the people of Kibra.
So you fight for a fire disaster kind of, I mean a disaster response kind of thing for Lindi or for the whole Kibra?
No, that is generally for Kibra.
Okay.
And like I said, as a legislator, I want to make the lives of Nairobians work. If you want to start a business in Nairobi,
not just Lindi.
No, of course now I am legislating for Nairobi County. My presence there is a representative of the people of Lindi. But my legislative roles are for making the lives of Nairobians better. So that if a young person wants to start a business, we should be able to push a law in the same house so that we reduce on the requirements. You don't need 7 licenses for a startup and you're a youth or a woman. Let us reduce these licenses to 4, and it is possible because that is something that is done by the county. Now lastly, I am saying let us have proper health care for Nairobians.
Proper health care for
Nairobians. So I am bringing these last 2 ones because of the key role. Actually, there is one that I will add on sanitation and hygiene before I forget, and then I will come to the last one. Coordinated garbage collection. Because we do a lot of garbage work in Kibra and in Lindi, but then we clean this spot and dirtify the other spot because there is no coordinated garbage collection. That role is anchored in the county assembly. Why don't we send a lorry to pick this filth every 2 days of a week? So say on Monday and say on Thursday. So we clean here, we have it collected, taken for sorting and recycling purposes. Because again, that is our role as legislators. So we improve the health situation of that ward and this county. So last, like I was saying, proper health care for Nairobi people. As a legislator, I feel for the people of Nairobi and I feel for myself and our families that we go to hospitals with no medication. I want to sit in there and with partnerships of all the other MCS, push that when we pass a budget for health care, then we have medicines in our hospitals. Let us not diagnose problems and people have to be sent to buy these medicines expensively over the counter. Let us have our hospitals work. And it is possible. Now, all these things that I am saying now is what I am calling the Lindi dream.
The Lindi dream.
Yes. And the Lindi dream cannot be delivered by myself alone. It can only be delivered in partnership with the people of Lindi. So what I am saying then is, together, we deliver the Lindi dream.
Wow. The Lindi dream. Together, we can deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, this is John Musila himself telling us his vision, his dream for Lindi, should he get elected to be the next MCA for Lindi Ward. If you have any questions or comments, please go to our YouTube section and just type in there. We'll be able to read it later. Or you can also reach us via WhatsApp 0794 590404, and we'll have a chance to hear your voice. Now, the money. Do you have the money for campaigns? Who is supporting you?
Beautiful, a very beautiful question. Even when I was coming here, I was wondering, how is the next 40 days of my campaigns going to look like? Because I'm competing with people who are fairly moneyed. People have poured a lot of money to that community because of this particular sport. And I don't have much of it. I know I am able through friends to get posters, to get banners for my visibility, but I'm not able to give handouts. I am not able to do a lot of shows for seeking for this position. However, I am cautioning the people of Lindi that I have enough of the qualities of a good leader that it takes to lead them. So I am presenting myself to them the way I am, so that they can believe in me and we can have that relationship that is lasting. So if they trusted in me when I had nothing, then what will be the reason for me to forget them when they've given me a reason to smile? I also want to give them a reason to smile. Wanasema Waswahili mkono mtupu ulambwi. Na mimi nasema uongozi mzuri pia ununuliwi. Exactly.
That's very powerful. How are you finding it in the ground? Do people appreciate you the way you are, or lazima wakuambie ni aje tuachika kitu?
Having been born and raised in Lindi, I can say confidently that every corner I have gone into, at least one or two people know me. So I am well received and well appreciated. And I keep sharing my vision and I keep sharing my plan for the people of Lindi. Some are hesitant because, of course, of the failures of the previous regimes. But there are people who believe and people who understand what really takes to be the MCA. So the reason why, again, and I want to say this, even if I had a lot of money, I would still be cautious to use it on campaigns. Because I have heard people say that let me buy these people. And when I have this position, they will know that I bought them. I do not want it to be a transactional relationship. I want it to be a mutual relationship where they believe in me and I believe in them and we give back to each other.
Wow. Your party, why did you choose Wiper?
A very important question. One of the things is you look around and read in the manifestos of these parties. You read their constitutions, and I felt like my ideals aligned with the ideals of Wiper Party. Wiper Party's slogan is kazi kazi bila wizi.
Kazi kazi bila wizi.
So I believe that if you're true, if you're honest, if you're transparent, and if you can guarantee accountability, and most importantly, you have respect for human dignity, then you should do your work diligently without stealing from the people.
Okay.
And so that is a reason for my choice of a party.
I know there are several other aspirants in Lindi ward, and you already mentioned that Lindi lacks good leadership. If you were not vying, who else would you have voted?
Yeah, a very beautiful question there. Yeah. But I will tell you, and if you follow me in my campaign trails, this is what I have said.
Yeah.
I was tired of supporting any candidate,
yeah.
And that is why I am running.
Okay.
And if I was not running, I can tell you for a fact it would have been very difficult for me to make a voice on who becomes the next MCA, because I have not seen a leader of value among the people I'm competing with, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
No leader of value.
I've seen no leader of value. It's very unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that they couldn't make here for the debates today.
Yeah.
Maybe they are afraid of debates.
Maybe
just maybe. Just maybe. And I can guarantee you,
yeah.
Some of them have a lot of money, and I'm not going to call names,
yeah.
But go on their campaign trails and listen to them speaking. They will be dumb in the county assembly for 5 years if they got that opportunity.
Okay.
Others have already exhibited bias, selfishness in the small responsibilities that they've gotten before.
Yeah.
We cannot trust them with a bigger position that is the MCA. And others are just clueless. They're just chasing clout, which we are not.
We don't know what they want.
Ask them their responsibilities. Ask them the approaches they are going to solve the whatever they call education, health. You know, those are their agendas.
Yeah.
They just say blanket things with no approach.
Yeah.
We are saying an approach. So you will ask us questions tomorrow after we've won.
Yeah.
Where is the innovation hub you promised? A particular thing.
A lot of them have been talking here about bursaries. I've not heard you talk about bursaries.
Yeah, of course. Every Kenyan is entitled to service from the government.
Yeah.
And one of such services is bursary allocation.
Yeah.
Now, bursaries is allocated to any representative, whether they can speak or not.
So for you, that's a non-issue.
It is a non-issue.
Yeah.
Because when I talked about accountable leadership and said we need to have a functional office, I am already taking in the factor of the Lindi people will know when the bursaries are supposed to be given. The Lindi people will see bursaries given transparently, and they will appreciate. So I do not see that as a serious issue. But I am saying, to improve the health standard, the education standards of the people of Lindi, we are going to do more partnerships, even with organizations that offer scholarships, so that whatever is not met through the bursary can be complemented through partnerships. So we cannot dwell on only one thing. We have this one bird at hand. Yeah. Let us chase another now.
Let's chase another.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you do? What is your backup plan? Should you lose this seat, or should you not get elected? Unfortunately.
One of the things that is for sure, I am winning these elections.
Okay. Are you sure?
One of the things that is for sure, I am winning.
What makes you so sure?
I am winning these elections.
Yeah.
I am winning these elections.
Why are you saying that?
I can already feel it.
You feel it?
I can already feel it,
yeah.
And I can see how the people of Lindi are thirsty of a change in leadership.
Okay.
And they want a person they can trust.
Yeah.
And like I've already said,
yeah.
My competitors are untrustable.
Yes.
So I am guaranteed of a win in these elections.
Yeah.
However, in the eventualities that I do not win,
yes.
I am a graduate electrical engineer. I am going to seek employment from wherever.
Yeah.
But I am going to continue to offer my leadership in whatever capacity to the people of Lindi for the betterment of their livelihoods. So one thing that is constant, I am going to remain of great importance to the people of Lindi, even without a win.
Wow.
But I am already saying, I am seeing myself in the county assembly.
That's good, that's good. So these other aspirants, I know there is a Chenjera, there is Mackenzie, there is yourself, and there is Yakub, who is not in the country. And when we posted, a lot of people are asking us about Yakub. Where is he? We need him in this show. Who among them is your greatest threat, per se? Like, you know you are going to win, but if I don't work extra hard, this guy might?
That is a very sensitive question, Josh. Huh?
Yes.
And like I am saying, I am focusing my energy to attracting people to this candidacy. I'm not here to drum support to any other candidate.
Okay.
So I really don't care much about them. But I am saying, let them come.
Okay.
Let us meet on the ground. Whatever tactics they are using, I don't care. But I care that Lindi must get a good leader. So I do not see a competition.
You don't see a competition. There is no leadership at all.
This debate that was supposed to happen today will maybe happen soon. And you will see why I insist that I do not see a competition.
Wow. Steve, is there anyone talking or saying anything from the online audience? Let's see if people are saying something. Steve, you just, okay. Nico Diambo anasema kijana ako sawa. Wish John, Musila and Yuku were in the same camp. Lindi could be a better word within him. You know Nico Diambo?
Yeah, I've known Nico Diambo for a very long while. We've been together in some organization. I know him for being a referee with Carolina for Kibera. I've been worked with Carolina for Kibera. Nico Diambo is one of the pioneers of indigenous, I think, poultry in Kibra. Nico Diambo is doing well. He's a very good friend. Immediately I win, I'm going to seek partnerships with non-governmental organizations. Yakub runs one of such initiatives, and it's going to be of value to my leadership. So I am competing with him, but I'll need him after I have won.
Because he says he wish you were on the same camp, and you too would make Lindi a better word in Kibra. Ben Oko is always watching here, and he says, where are the other aspirants? Where are the other aspirants? Anyway, we have talked about them. There is another one on WhatsApp. Let me check.
Ben Oko is asking a very important question. Where are the others?
Where are the others?
Where are you guys?
We hope that one day they will show up. Did I see anything, Steve?
The first one.
On WhatsApp?
I opened it already.
Can you show? Oh, you screenshot it or something? Okay. Oh, okay. So Peter Mbeda is asking, do you guys think Jera can come where he knows kuna debate? He's saying that maybe Jera anaogopa debate.
I think I can speak for Cheng Jera on that particular one. I think he could be a bit honest when he says he's engaged somewhere. Because I've been in another debate with him, and he didn't run away. So I don't think he's afraid of it, but maybe Ombeda has a reason to say that. But I've been on a debate with him. I ideally debated. And you know now, the fact that we are in the same house as Emio.
Wiper or DM are in the same.
That means that this is just sibling rivalry. The younger one here, like in the proverbial story in the Bible, where David, the lastborn, the 12th son, was the chosen one. I think now, even Jera said blessings to me for not showing up.
I like that. Has your life ever been threatened, or you felt like you are in danger politically for vying in this position?
Maybe something will happen in the next 40 days, but it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened, but I believe it will not happen. Because I've reached to all the people I'm competing with, and one of the things that I have insisted, and it is a very full question that has come up in this show, I am calling for very peaceful electioneering period. Very peaceful elections. I'm not going to mobilize, to supporters to attack anyone. I'm not going to ask them to fight anyone because of me. I'm going to ask that anytime I will feel aggrieved on the process, I will take the appropriate channels to seek for justice. And that is the legal way. And so I am asking my competitors to also uphold the same virtues. Let us promote peaceful living. Because at the end of the day, if there are chaos down there and you've won a position, you will have no one to lead.
No one to lead.
You only lead and your value is seen when there is peace.
That's true. Very true. So, back to Kibra in general. Do you support football in Kibra? Soccer?
Yes.
Which teams?
Oh my goodness. Gogo Boys.
When were Gogo Boys?
Gogo Boys. You know, this coming weekend on Sunday, we have the Kibra Derby.
Yeah.
Gogo Boys versus Kibra Soccer.
Oh, yeah.
At the NCC grounds.
Wow. And you are the Gogo boy.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Gogo is making me proud.
Wow. I can feel it.
And I appreciate the model, because when I'm talking about talent promotion, I mean, let's promote such initiatives.
Yes.
Gogo Boys started like a very small club, but look at where we are now. In the next few years, we are playing in the NSL.
Yeah.
And in the next few other years, we are playing in the Premier League, in the local league. So that is the growth we want to see.
Yeah.
So Gogo Boys.
English, I mean Kenya Premier League.
Kenya Premier League Tusker, champions of this season.
Yes.
Champions of this season and last season. So back to back.
Ever since, or just because?
Ever since.
Okay.
Ever since.
Wow.
I've been a supporter when Ghost Mulei was there, when Matano came and went again, came back.
Yeah.
I've been a supporter of Tusker.
Wow. English Premier League.
Oh, you know, quality follows quality.
Yes.
Arsenal all the way.
Arsenal all the way.
Quality follows quality. Value follows value.
Follows quality.
You know, the type of football that Arsenal plays is the type of leadership that I bring. Quality football, quality leadership.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quality football, quality leadership. That's so nice. What do you do currently, apart from I just graduated?
You know, this is a season of politics.
Yeah. So you are purely focusing on politics.
Maybe I forgot to mention that I'm an events MC.
Oh, you are an MC.
Yes, I'm an events MC.
Okay.
And once often, even now, I take gigs, small or big.
Okay.
So that is a way of survival. Wow. I've been a community champion for many organizations in Kibra.
Yeah.
So I still do a few projects, even now, silent, you know. Yeah, because we don't mix organization work with politics. They don't go together. They don't go together.
Yeah.
So I do very silently, but impactfully.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the things that I do now. Yeah. But most importantly, I am in the business of creating civic education to the people of Lindi and seeking them to see the reason why I'm running, so that they can accord me the opportunity to lead. Because if we miss this opportunity, cry for another 5 years.
Yeah.
And it is not fair.
Okay.
You know, it is again very unfortunate. I'm in this show today, and only few people from Lindi are maybe tuned in because they've been in no electricity, blackout for the last 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just coordinating with the office of the MP and KPLC to see that power is restored.
Yeah.
And it's a conversation we are following up very closely.
Yeah.
But most people will want us to go shouting in the communities, we've talked to KPLC, they are working on it.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
We are going to ensure that we have light.
Yes.
And we're going to do it the best way that we've done it.
Talking about electricity, we as MAP Kibera, we are just trying to map the security lights around Kibra. And we've just noticed that Lindi is one of the wards that has very few, and most of them are not even working. If you look at, for example, Ayani, they have a lot, Olympic and other ones.
So the green ones are the ones that are working?
Working, yeah.
The yellow ones, on and off?
Just post, but nothing on it. The red ones are not working at all.
Okay.
So maybe this is also something you may want to focus on.
So you listened very well. That when I was talking about my agendas, I didn't mention anywhere security.
Yeah.
Not because I do not appreciate that we have a security problem.
Yeah.
But I am saying the reason why there is insecurity in Lindi ward is because a lot of the young people are disempowered. So when I am creating a structure that supports talent, arts, music. And then we have an innovation hub that is imparting skills on the young people of Lindi. They will have their own money and they will not want anyone's money. So these security lights, we are not going to put them to improve security. Is to improve the quality of lives. So that that woman who sells across the road can sell for longer hours into the night and make more profits. Vitu zao zisiharibike. So it is a priority in my agendas. But now that is the flesh in the bones. You know, I just mentioned the bone here in my manifesto. But the flesh is all these nitty-gritties. That we need security lights, but we will not call them security light. We'll just need street lighting to improve the quality of lives.
Yeah. Good. Married or single?
When the time comes, I will be married.
You'll be married?
I'll be married
when
the time comes.
Okay. You are still mark timing and waiting for the right time?
No. I think you see why I'm not married.
Okay.
I was in uni all through until last year when I graduated. There was no reason of me marrying while still in school, unless I would just want to divert my attention. And now, just because I'm going into an election, I wouldn't rush into marrying because people will ask me if I'm married or not. I will wait until the right time has come. Okay. So let me serve.
You want to serve first?
And of course, maybe it is because it is in that phase. Maybe if elections would come 3 years after today, maybe it will come to a point where I'm already married. Who knows? Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you want to say that perhaps I've not asked you? Anything?
So I just want to touch on national politics.
Yes, please.
And say that even as I have good intentions for the people of Lindi and the people of Nairobi, it will be far much better to have people on the other ranks that we can collaborate, we can coordinate and work together to bring this to reality. Wiper is an affiliate party of Azimio. And recently, just 3 weeks ago, we launched our manifesto, Azimio Manifesto. And some of the things that you've heard me mention are well anchored into that manifesto. So I am saying, vote for our government, vote for John Musila, and let us together with the Azimio government deliver hope and deliver change and deliver proper leadership and development in our communities. So I've just said that briefly, but then everyone has their own choice of their own people. Please vote the best people. And I am speaking to the people of Makina. I will speak to the people of Sarangombe. I am speaking to you in Lainsaba, you in Udli, and you watching from all the other 85 wards of Nairobi. Please vote for good leaders in all the 85 wards so that we have a county assembly that is working. A county assembly that can debate issues and come to a resolve and have a solution. Do not send mediocres into that county assembly because they will not help the city.
Okay. I know it's not good to talk about other people when in their absence, but perhaps do you have any question for any of the aspirants, Lindi aspirants?
So maybe when we have the debate, I will be able to ask them questions. But one question that I want you to ask all of them is, why are they investing too much just to be MCAs?
Why are they investing too much just to be
MCAs? Is there any hidden thing that I do not know about the MCA position? Because I do not get why somebody will invest more than 7 million just to become an MCA. I do not get why somebody would spend a lot of resources or throw themselves out as if it's a matter of life and death to just become MCA. It is not. For me, it is a question and a call to leadership. If you can offer it, even with little resources, please bring it forth. And the future of this country, as is the present, belongs to the young people. And the young people are up to the task. They have all it takes to bring change in their communities. Please, parents, please, fellow youth, accord us an opportunity to show what value we bring.
What do you do during your free time?
Oh, I'm a very social person. Remember I said I'm a performing artist. I am a
MC.
I don't do solo poetry or spoken word, but I do poetry, choral verses.
Okay.
I act, a very good actor.
Yeah.
And now in my free times, you either find me out in such events that are social.
Yeah.
I love swimming very much. And again, I'm a very adventurous person. Zip lining, go-karting, so is life.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with the mental health situation in this country, everyone is almost running mad. The economy. So if
It's almost running mad.
yeah, if you don't distract yourself by doing some nice, fun things,
Yeah.
you've been
Yes, sir.
in a very serious fix.
Yeah, that's true. Steve, do you have anyone else as we close the show? Victor Salano is saying, I'm tuned on. And he's saying, always champion for peaceful elections. And I think we've talked about peace, and we have really talked to your people to maintain peace, and also ask other aspirants to make sure that peace prevails.
Oh yes.
Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This has been Kibera News Network. Sisi Mtani has been the show with me, Ogure Joshua, and our guest today has been John Musila himself, an MCA aspirant for Lindi Ward. Till we meet again next week with a new guest, thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Cheers.
Asante sana, bro.
Thank you.